Sony has reiterated that yes, the PlayStation 5 is still scheduled to come out this holiday, and they have doubled up on their expectations on the PlayStation 5, saying that it has the best lineup in the history of PlayStation, and that's coming directly from an executive. More reveals are to come. PlayStation 5 is also getting some new branding elements. Play has no limits, global promotional video, so it seems like they're really ramping up on that end. And Demon's Souls, could it be a launch title? I think that would be absolutely huge. Well, the game has already been rated by the South Korean board, so it's looking kind of likely, since ratings usually equal a game coming out relatively soon, but just take it as a rumor for now. Alright, first up, PlayStation 5 is set to have the best lineup in the history of PlayStation, coming directly from an executive. Both the PlayStation 5 and Series X are launching this year, but with the delay of Halo Infinite, the question now remains: Sony has a fantastic opportunity to really deliver a quality lineup of games, and now, according to Sony Interactive Entertainment Senior of Marketing Eric Lempel, seems a lot more confident about what the PS5 will have to offer. According to him, the PS5 launch window will be the longest in PlayStation history. Now, launch window is usually around the first 6 months. I believe like Infamous Second Son was labeled as a launch window title, and that was like within the first 5 months or so, 4 months. I believe PlayStation 4 came out in November, Second Son was in March, so don't quote me on that, but you guys got the idea. Around 4 to 6 months after launch and launch day. He noted, quote, "The content that will be in the launch window and beyond is incredibly exciting. I would say that this is the best lineup that we've ever seen in the history of PlayStation between our worldwide studio groups and our partners from all the different publishers around the world. We've revealed some of the content, and naturally, there will be more to come, but the way that the developers can engage with this platform and create these new experiences with known IP as well as unknown IP is incredibly exciting." Now, it's interesting that he did note the different publishers all around the world, because a big imperative with the PlayStation 5 that has been going around is that Sony reached out to the majority of these third-party publishing studios and these publishing partners, and they are looking for exclusive content. Not necessarily just the exclusive content that we saw in, say, in Marvel's Avengers, but maybe timed exclusivity on a game like the next Final Fantasy, or even pushing for as heavy as a legit full-on exclusive. We know that Xbox is also going that route. State of, what's that game? I totally forgot right now. Stalker 2. That game will be a timed exclusive. They've got like the Warhammer game, and they've got a couple of other timed exclusives. I think a totality of like 7 games will be timed exclusive. But right now, the rumbling is that Sony is going even harder than Microsoft. And initially, I thought Microsoft has got 7 timed exclusives. That's huge. And I really do feel like this timed exclusive wave is going to be a big element of next generation, just because you look at this past generation, the exclusivity elements from a third party has really just been exclusive content, but you already see that increasing with something like Marvel's Avengers, where you're locking out Spider-Man for PC and Xbox players, and that is a significant story arc that PlayStation players will be getting for free. And then also, this past generation, the major timed exclusives that you saw were Rise of the Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and maybe there were 1 or 2 others that I'm forgetting about. Now you're talking about Microsoft already announcing 7 timed exclusives, and Sony reportedly having a lot in the works as well. And we know a game like Deathloop, that'll be a PS5 PC title. So I do expect that to be a regularity. Now, obviously, Lempel is a marketing guy, so maybe he's just overhyping things, but I do look at the idea of launch day having something like Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, that PlayStation exclusive that's being dug up. I think that's going to be SOCOM. I don't know about that, and we'll talk Demon's Souls in a second, but if you're telling me PS5 is going to launch with Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is already confirmed, we know that there's going to be a historic PlayStation franchise making a comeback. If that is SOCOM, like I'm speculating, and then if we can get one more game for launch, and if it's a Demon's Souls remake, guys, that's an absolutely disgustingly good launch lineup. I lived through the PlayStation 4 launch, and I'm sorry, I love the PS4. That launch lineup was horrendous. It was horrendous to the point where the most played game I had was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and that was a game that was available on the PS3. Killzone Shadowfall was okay, and we don't need to talk about knack, but if we're talking about Miles Morales already, just having Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I know is a standalone expansion, that's already almost better than the PS4 launch lineup. I know the launch lineup also has Resogun. I gotta give respect to Housemarque, but Miles Morales, then you're talking about SOCOM possibly. Those two already blows out the PlayStation 4 launch lineup, and then you throw in Demon's Souls remake, and it's like, yo, bro, you got it. That's like, not only does that blow out the PS4 launch lineup, that's one of the greatest launch lineups in history if that does happen, because I think people romanticize platforms like the PS2, PS1, but go back and look at some of those launch lineups. Yeah, they weren't that great. And the PS3 launch lineup, Yikes, baby! Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire, was that a launch title? I don't even know, but that game was terrible. Resistance 1 was awesome, but outside of that, you know, it's really slim pickings on launch day outside of, you know, cross-generational titles. Nevertheless, we'll see how that plans out. Also, Sony is really ramping up its PlayStation 5 marketing elements as they just uploaded a new global promotional video, Play Has No Limit, so maybe that's the tagline that they're going for the PS5. I forgot what the tagline was on the PlayStation 4. It was something a little bit gimmicky, but I thought it actually rang pretty well from what I recall. In our first global digital ad for the PlayStation 5 console, you'll see the new console's features come to life through a young woman's eyes and her movements. It starts as she walks across a frozen lake, feeling the crack of ice at her feet. As the character senses danger, the sudden explosive reveal of the Kraken from the icy surface showcases the haptic feedback sensation you can feel from the DualSense wireless controller for the PS5 console. Sound then comes from all directions as the central character reacts to everything she hears, whether it's coming from the front, the side, above, or from behind her, showcasing the PS5's console's Tempest 3D audio tech, closing out the spot as the central character draws her bow. The tension of her bowstring is a sensation you'll also feel made possible through the DualSense wireless controller's adaptive triggers. We are quite excited about these features and can't wait for you all to get more immersed in the world of the games with the PlayStation 5 console and DualSense wireless controller in your own hands. Additionally, the post features comments from the developers of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, which I believe is another timed exclusive title, Horizon Forbidden West, Demon's Souls, Godfall, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Astro's Playroom, Sackboy, A Big Adventure, and Gran Turismo 7. I believe all of those have some sort of exclusivity, with a large portion of them being straight up exclusive, so pretty interesting on how they'll handle the marketing going forward. Obviously, you need a good marketing strategy, but with the PlayStation 5, a lot of that is going to do it itself. Lastly, I do want to note something that's relatively exciting. Demon's Souls PlayStation 5 has already been rated in the South Korean board. Now, ratings on boards generally speak that the game is not that far away, and I was saying that I think Demon's Souls is gonna be a launch title, either that or it's a launch window title, because Bluepoint has been hard at work on this game for many years. Bear in mind, they released Shadow of the Colossus, I believe that was their last major game, and that was all the way back in like February of 2017, so you're talking 3.5 years have already gone by. You're talking about the fundamental structure of Demon's Souls already being there. Obviously, remaking the game is a gargantuan effort, but you've got the fundamentals already in place, and now you're talking about Bluepoint getting a game like Demon's Souls ready for launch. Demon's Souls as a launch game is colossal, no pun intended, because they did Shadow of the Colossus, but that would be a huge coup for Sony to have that as launch day, because Demon's Souls is a franchise that maybe it's not the most mainstream, well-known franchise in the world, like a God of War or Grand Theft Auto. However, Demon's Souls has this absolute hardcore following that if you're a fan of Souls, you need to get that game, and you need to get that game by buying a PlayStation 5, and people will go that route of buying a PlayStation 5 just for Demon's Souls Remake. And then, of course, Miles Morales, SOCOM, the possibilities are endless as far as launch goes. Let's not push the cart before the horse, but Demon's Souls as a launch title, or even a launch window title, is absolutely enormous, and I do think that's going to happen. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, a Sony executive saying that the best lineup in the history of PlayStation is coming to PlayStation 5, and I don't think that is too much of a stretch based on what we know already, and based on, again, going back to the PS4, PS3, guys, I romanticize those consoles quite a bit, and PS3 got a gangbuster lineup of games by 2009, 2010, and PS4, obviously, I don't need to speak on that. However, you guys gotta remember, that first year, yikes, a little bit dicey for both of those consoles in terms of real premier exclusives outside of, like, PS4 having Infamous Second Son. PlayStation 5 Play Has No Limits global promotional video is coming around, and Demon's Souls PS5 has already been rated in the South Korean board. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.